Hello and welcome to Wellbeing Café. Thank you so much for joining for our short practice. Today we'll focus on the back, the hamstrings, and with an optional quad and psoas target as well. For today's class, you may want to have a blanket, pillow, or block, and maybe a strap or belt if you have one. Note that if you do not have any of these props, that's perfectly fine. They are just here to support us deeper in our practice. We'll go ahead and get started. Make your way into a comfortable seat. Maybe you take a blanket or pillow underneath your hips. Set up the spine, nice and tall. Gently close down the eyes. We'll begin with box breathing today, where we inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold for a count of 4. Deep inhale, and exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. 2 more rounds at your own pace. Once you've completed your second round of box breath, gently blink open the eyes and slowly make your way into tabletop position. Wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. It may feel nice here to bring your blanket underneath your knees. Move in any ways that feel good in your body. Maybe going through a few rounds of cat-cows, circling out through the chest. Allow these motions to feel nice in your body with no effort or no tension. And whenever you're ready, find a static tabletop position. We have 2 options for our first pose. The first one is to bring the knees out wide and lower down hips to heels. Stretch the fingertips towards the top of the mat for child's pose. The second option is to keep the hips up high and to walk the hands out in front for puppy pose. You can try out both of these poses in your body and see which one feels best for you. Additional options to bring a pillow underneath your chest so that you can support your chest in this pose. And another option to bring a block underneath your forehead. If you are in child's pose, you can additionally place a blanket or pillow between the hips and heels. Take your time settling into this pose. We'll be here for about 3 minutes. Allow your breath to release tension in your body. Allow the muscles to relax. Let your body know that it's safe for the joints, fascia, and connected tissues to release. Notice what sensations you feel in your body. You may feel sensations in the back line of the body, all the way from the tailbone to the top of the neck. You additionally may feel sensation in your shoulders. Notice the quality of these sensations. It is perfectly fine if these sensations are intense, but don't allow for any sensations of pain. And if they become painful, slowly lift out of the pose, come into a different modification, or move into a different pose entirely. Prepare your body to move from this pose. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly shift the weight into your forearms and hands. Engage through the core and gently walk your hands back towards your body. Once you come out of the pose, move in any ways that feel good to your body. Maybe circling out through the arms and shoulders. Maybe it would feel good to come into cat-cows. Take any movements that feel good in your body. Allow the tension to go away with each breath and each movement. Once you're ready, make your way onto your glutes with a generous bend in the knees. Deep inhale, arms reach high overhead. Exhale, fold over the legs. Reach for the toes, and then walk your glutes back to your extent of caterpillar pose. In this posture, it may feel nice to place a blanket underneath your hips, or a bolster or pillow underneath your knees, or maybe on top to support your chest. Take your time setting up into your version of caterpillar. If your legs feel more open today, an additional option to bring the heels out slightly wider and to lower your chest in between your legs. From here, you can support the forehead with a block or allow the weight of the head to fall towards the earth. Wherever you are, allow yourself to relax. Relax the tension in the feet. It may feel nice here to invite ocean breath with deep inhales and audible ocean-like exhales. Allow this breath to calm your entire body. In yin poses, we are coming to our edge and reaching our limit of intensity. We allow our bodies to relax and our muscles to release so that we can reach the connective tissues in the body and the fascia, and to the joints as well, to allow them to open up. Over time, these poses can help us to gain more flexibility and mobility in our bodies. Prepare your body to move from this pose. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly lift out. Place weight into the hands and walk them back towards your torso. Slowly lift out and use your hands to rebend your knees. Take any movements that feel good here. Maybe windshield wipering the legs right and left and feeling through each hip as you move. In our first pose, puppy or child's pose, we came into spinal extension. Whereas in caterpillar pose, we came into spinal flexion. So it may feel nice to open and close the chest a few times. Allow your body to tell you the best counter pose. It usually knows far before our minds what it needs. So maybe you allow yourself to move without thinking. Whenever you're ready, lower back down to your glutes. Bend through the knees and make your way to a seated position with heels underneath the hips. Before we come down to our bellies, if you have a strap and would like to go for a quad stretch, then go ahead and take your strap and bring it around your body. You may want to have this over one shoulder here. Make your way into tabletop position, and then slowly lower towards your belly. Lower the forehead all the way down to the mat, and shake the hips side to side. We have two options here. The first one is to lift up into Sphinx pose. To decrease the intensity of this pose, you can bring the elbows slightly angled out. And to increase, bring them right below the shoulders. The hands can come to touch here, or you can reach for opposite elbow to release tension. Our second option is to come into Sphinx with a thigh stretch. So for that, it may be easiest to lower to your belly first. Bend through both legs. Loop the strap around the ankles. From here, you can slowly lift into Sphinx with your upper body and notice if it would feel nicer to tighten the strap or to loosen it. You can also place a bolster closer to your chest And bring your arms around it like this. And rest a block on top of that bolster or pillow for your forehead. Allow your body to release completely into the pose. And know that if you are in one variation of this pose and it no longer serves you, that you can release and move into the other. Allow the tension to melt away. If you feel a pinching sensation in your lower back, gently engage the core to bring stress away from the lower back. This can be one of the more active of the yin poses. So see if you can play with the balance between support and relaxation while always protecting the lower back. And if you are in the quad stretch, notice how your knees feel as well. An additional option to move from Sphinx into seal pose. This can be done with or without the thigh stretch as well. To come into this pose, bring your hands out in front of your elbows and press into the hands. Feel the stretch in your back body and maybe more intensely in the quads. You know that you can move back into Sphinx whenever it feels right to you. Prepare your body to move from this pose. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly lower your forehead to the ground and unloop the feet if you were in the quad stretch. Slowly lower the legs to the ground. Bring your forehead to the tops of your hands. And shift the hips from side to side. An option to bend through both legs and allow the feet to fall to one side and then the other. Move in any ways that feel good to your body. Allow these movements to be intuitive. And stay in areas that feel more tense. Maybe you go through more rounds of barrel rolls or cat-cows. It may feel nice to momentarily come into rabbit pose with the top of the head on the floor. Make sure there's no weight in your forehead as you expand through the backside body and bring space in between the ribs and vertebrae. Whenever you're ready, slowly come down into child's pose with knees together. The hands can reach back towards the heels and allow the forehead to rest either on the mat or on a block or bolster. You can also place a pillow or bolster in between the hips and heels if that feels better on your knees. This flexion of the spine will likely feel really nice after our spinal extension in Sphinx. Send breath in between your shoulder blades. Prepare your body to move from this pose. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly lift out of child's pose. Bring your hips down to one side and stretch your legs out towards the top of the mat. Bring the soles of the feet to the ground and slowly lower all the way onto your back. Bring the feet to the outer edges of the mat and windshield wipe your knees left and then right. When you're ready, find a static pose. Lift the hips into the air and set them slightly to the right. Stretch out your left leg long and bring your right knee to your chest, hug it in. And then allow it to fall over to the left side. Both shoulders remain grounded. The gaze can go towards the right hand. An option as well to support the right knee with a block, bolster, or pillow. The right leg can stretch out long if this feels good in your body. Allow this pose to feel good in your body without the need to reach an edge. Simply release and relax. We are simply neutralizing the spine before we come into Shavasana. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind. Draw the right knee into the chest. Rock the hip from side to side. And then set the sole of the right foot on the ground. Bring the left sole of the foot to the wide edge of the mat. Lift the hips up and set them to the left. Stretch out the right leg towards the bottom of the mat and hug the left knee to chest. And then allow it to fall over the right side. An option to support your left knee with a block, pillow, or bolster. Gaze goes towards the left hand, or can remain towards the ceiling if this feels better in your neck. Breathe into your body. Allow for release. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind. Bring the left knee to the chest and rock the hips side to side. Set both soles of the feet on the ground and return your hips to center. We have two options for our final resting pose today. The first is to come into Shavasana with legs out long and allow your body to relax. The second option is to come into supported bridge. If you want to come into supported bridge, bring the fingertips close to the Achilles tendons. Inhale, lower the back into the ground. Exhale, lift the hips up and place a block or pillow underneath your hips. You can set the block on any height setting. See what feels good in your body. In supported bridge, you can allow the legs to go long and the arms to reach overhead if this feels good. Whether you are in supported bridge or Shavasana, allow yourself to relax and release. Scan through the body from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet. Notice if anything has changed. What sensations do you feel? Wherever you are, allow yourself to just be. Stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like. Or begin to reawaken the fingers and toes. Roll out through the wrists and ankles. An option to stretch the arms overhead for one last full body stretch. Bend through one knee and then the other, and make your way to one side. When you're ready, slowly lift into a seated position. Inhale, arms reach high overhead, palms come to touch. Exhale, lower palms to heart center. Gently blink open the eyes to take in the space around you. Thank you so much for joining for our short practice. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please subscribe and leave a comment below. Let us know what other target areas you'd like to see for our yin classes, or other styles of classes that you would like to see more of on Wellbeing Café. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.